Hello, 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 hello. Can everybody hear me in chat? See, there's a few of you here. Hello, hello, hello. Can we get a confirmation? You know, you say that, but the food situation in North Korea has been improving, thanks to Chinese support and the patronage of the thick boy himself, Kim Jong-un. Glory to best Korea, as always. Greetings, friends and comrades. It is, of course, ya boy, Anime Anarchy, Pac-Man, whatever you want to call me. And I am drunk on this wonderful Boxing Day, this absolutely fantastic holiday. I got an excellent bottle of vodka, of which I have consumed almost all of, as you can probably tell. And as this is the first time, excuse me, as you can tell from that burp, that this is the first time in a long time which I have been properly plastered enough to finally complete this evening, this wonderful holiday period, to finally complete Stay Dprk, my one and only trip to best Korea. Some call it North Korea, but of course South Korea is nothing but the occupied Korea, as we all know. And so, yeah. It is going to be a fun time, full of memes, full of jokes, and full of funny voices. And I remember all the voices I did for these characters, so I hope so. You never know, we might see some glorious anime titty here and there and everywhere. But we shall proceed, as it were. I know it's not the usual Azure Lane content or, you know, the other standard historical content. Although if you ask questions in the chat or pose, you know, things to me or ask me things or want me to talk about history, I'm perfectly happy to do so. In fact, I have actually bought Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, and I have thought about streaming me playing it. Just, you know, the memes. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ludwig and Jays. I know I've been responding to Jays, but hello. Hello. If you're in the chat, I can see that there's 7 of you at least. Please speak up. Please jump on the stream. Please interact with me. This is, of course, the finest of content. The best content. I have my little Bismarck plushie with me, and she will give me strength to carry on. But the reason why I'm streaming is A, to get in touch with my audience, and B, to finally finish this series. I've done a full drunk playthrough of Panzermädels. Look, Jays, mate. G'day, David! Fellow Aussie! Happy Boxing Day. We're kicking the shit out of the Poms at the cricket, so that's what matters. It's a good day. It is a good Boxing Day when we are beating the Anglos at cricket. They're almost all out for like 170 from what I saw. I am currently drinking vodka and Coke out of my official Trash Taste podcast mug. I don't know if Gant, Anime Man, or Connor know that I'm drinking alcohol out of their mug, but it is a quality drinking vessel. It even comes with a lid. I highly appreciate it. Come on, wherever you're from, just jump in the chat. I can see there's at least 10 of you. Get in this bitch. Get in here. Come on, say hello. I'll say hello to every one of you. Okay, quality content. Yes, FT. It is quality content. Well, come on. You thought... all out for 182. Fuck me dead. Looks like it's going to be a 5-0 this one. Louisiana. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I could never live in Louisiana or tolerate Louisiana because I have a hatred of humidity here in my town, Adelaide, in the south side of Australia. It's always like, I don't know, In summer right now, it's like 120 degrees with zero humidity every day. It's like a desert. So Louisiana is way too humid for me. Kiryu Legion, greetings from Texas. My best friends are from Texas. 11 Bravo, the veteran who I interviewed for my Violet Evergarden video, he's from Texas. He's a big Whataburger guy. And actually one of my top patrons is also from Texas. He's currently in the Navy right now. So, big fans of you guys in the Lone Star State. In fact, it's the one place which I would consider living besides Australia. I would live in Texas. You can quote me on that if you want. Hey, Chala Trinjung. Chala. How you going? Nice to see you, my guy. My Vietnamese is really rusty. I did Vietnamese in high school because we have a lot of Vietnamese migrants in Australia. In my town, actually, like, my best friends growing up were both Vietnamese. So, love Vietnam. Great victory over the American imperialists. Really appreciate you. One of the beautiful countries. One of the great countries. And as Top Gear demonstrated, one of the best coastal driving roads in the world. So, a place I'd love to visit one day when I'm not so fat and not so susceptible to humidity. Because I am a fat boy, despite what my avatar shows you. So, visiting any humid country is not... I'm not a big fan. I don't want to feel bad. Like, Louisiana is a beautiful place. Bayous, plenty of open ocean, the Gulf of Mexico. It's a great place. New Orleans is an incredible city. A beautiful city, like the home of jazz. Like, the jazz capital of the world. So you've got that going for you. I wouldn't... Look, all I'm saying is, as an Aussie, we eat everything as well. I can say with Look, Fort Polk is a hellhole. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I've heard stories. The Op 4 guys there are scary. Hello, Neko G. Why are you subbed to this? Because I'm a history channel. I hope you subbed to my channel because of history and because of, or maybe because of my Violet Evergarden video. I don't know. But you know, I'm a great guy. Stay around. You might learn something interesting. Oh, I'd love to talk about the Battleship Texas, Kiryu, actually. I'd really love to talk about the Battleship Texas. In fact, when I visit 11 Bravo and I am most likely going to have a walk around the Battleship Texas some stage, I'd love to have a look. It's going to be a few years before I visit to get the money together and get some of these extra pounds off so I'm not huffing and puffing my way up the gangways. But, you know, I'd absolutely love to visit Battleship Texas. She's actually getting a restoration done right now. I should stream more often just so I get to chat to my audience, to be honest. It's really good to interact with them. Staring at Zhong and, I don't remember her name. I am actually planning on doing a video on Girls and Panzer again, believe it or not. It's most likely because I've got 2 videos planned already. Now, I know everyone is really, really desperate for Enterprise Part 3, and I love Enterprise, and I really want to write Part 3. But you gotta understand, Part 1 and 2 took a shitload. And I mean a shitload of research. Like an absolute incredible amount of research went into Enterprise 1 and 2. And so it's going to take me some time to write Enterprise Part 3 and 4. So I'm going to write them together. So most likely the next 3 videos are not going to be Azure Lane. Well, one of them is, Tirpitz, obviously, is being made right now. Actually, Pokita, the reason why I put the description as God is dead and we killed him is FT, don't you know I've already done Prince Eugen. If you're talking about Admiral Hipper, I've already done Prince Eugen. That was actually the first Azure Lane video I did. I have thought about doing Admiral Hipper, but I'm thinking about doing a few of the smaller ships, you know, that like 20-minute videos, kind of like a longer form version of Drakenifel's 20-minute guides. So I've thought about doing, for example, ships like Nimi-chan, like Z-23, or Javelin, or Glowworm, or even Laffy, you know? As I said, I've already done Prince Eugen, and she had a very interesting story. But, you know, I like Admiral Hipper. There's a bit of a crossover between Hipper and Glowworm, so I could do that. But I'm looking to really get into Strike Witches. Like, because, full confession, the first military otaku anime I watched was Strike Witches. And talking about the aces of Strike Witches, I actually do have a video planned where I do a breakdown and analysis of Luftwaffe gun camera, where I talk about the strategies and tactics used by Luftwaffe fighter pilots against the American heavy bomber streams, and of course against enemy fighters. I found some really good Luftwaffe gun camera footage, and so I'm going to do a breakdown of that and talk you through it. U-556. Again, the U-boats are a bit hard to do because, you know, U-boats are like, they don't exactly do the exciting stuff like the battleships do or the aircraft carriers do. Submarines, by their nature, are sort of ambush predators, so they sort of show up and disappear. So they're not exactly the best thing to write about, but they do have their moments. Is Frederick the Great a real prototype ship? Yes, she was. She was part of the H class of battleships. She was never built because originally Plan Z was, or Plan Z if you're American, was originally designed to go until the mid-1940s, so 1943. But she was never built because the war started in 1939 and Germany did not have the resources to allocate to another capital ship. The only capital ship that was really continued during World War II after the initial Z-Plan phase was Graf Zeppelin, and Graf Zeppelin wasn't even completed. In fact, I don't know of any German capital ships that were completed after Tirpitz. In fact, I don't think there were any. Otherworld Picnic. Yeah, it's that sort of like a post-apocalyptic anime. I've thought about watching it. I haven't had time because, I don't know if any of you on here have watched, but my friend Evie and I are doing a podcast called Anime Roulette, where we roll random anime in a random anime generator, and we're excuse me, we're forced to watch. We're forced to watch other anime. Like, we're forced to watch whatever the random generator picks for us. So, I'm gonna go back to Paquita. Yeah, look, I needed a good description. The anime makes me dead inside sometimes. So, the philosopher I've been reaching a lot. Fuck, I am drunk. The anime. I am actually wasted. The philosopher I've been reading the most of recently is Max Stirner. At the moment. Sharnos and Eisenhower are capital ships, I would say. But yeah. Anyway, I should get on with playing the game, shouldn't I? Considering that's what we're here for. I could chat with my audience all day, but we should get on with playing the game, shouldn't we? So, at last time we left off, Zhong and I can't remember her name. Yang? Aesong or something. I'll remember it. So the radio. Turning to entertainment news, Glorious Leader has announced he will put on a concert tour next year, where he will perform his international hit singles. The voluntary attendance is considered mandatory, and fun will be had by all. Dates to be announced soon. Hey, Chung, how you going, man? That's right, I called myself Juan Posadas, didn't I? Mandatory voluntary attendance. In the Corps, we call that being voluntold. Ah, that's right, Yunji. I did Yunji with a Russian accent, didn't I? Glorious Leader has wonderful singing voice. It is an honor to be able to attend his concerts. I hope I do not get wall duty again when the Pyongyang dates are announced. And Xiong had a upper-class British accent, didn't she? Yes, you were really upset last time. I'll see about switching shifts with you if that happens. You'll do that for me? Of course, Yunji. You're my precious younger sister. I want the best the world can offer for you. Thank you, sister. You're always looking out for me. Oh, look, she's blushing. Brilliant. Yeah, Patika, yeah. Like, it is mandatory. How exactly IGN Taiho was sunk? IGN Taiho was sunk in a rather interesting way. Drakenifel has a really great video, but basically, USS Albacore, the submarine, hit her with a barrage of torpedoes, and the damage control processes on Taiho weren't exactly fantastic the way she was designed as an armored carrier. Like her predecessors Akagi, Kaga, and the other Japanese carriers, her flight deck was enclosed, and she only had a limited number of like weapons carts and weapons elevators and so forth. So what happened was basically Taiho was a fuel air bomb waiting to happen. Essentially, the fuel lines were ruptured by the impact of the torpedoes, and then the second torpedo hit and blew up some ordnance, which in turn ignited the fuel. And because of the enclosed nature of the ship and the damage control procedures, because they actually had improved damage control procedures in Taiho, because this was after Midway, but because of the armored nature of the carrier and the damage control procedures and the way the elevator was set up, fuel actually pooled in the bottom of the elevator shafts and caught fire, which caused a fuel-air explosion inside the elevator shafts, which leaked out into a fuel-air explosion inside the various compartments in the ship, and basically detonated the entire vessel. Like, Taiho essentially exploded. Not very pretty. It's amazing I'm drunk and I can still do that from memory. That's rather scary in one way. But yeah, watch Drakenivel's video. You can do a lot better justice than drunk me can. But that's basically the gist of it. Albacore got the shot to end all shots. And thank you, David. I will keep drinking. In fact, I will definitely keep drinking. That's a good idea. Anything to celebrate beating the palms. Alright, let me fill this up. As I said, I have that official Trash Taste merchandise. Gotta send a message to Gaunt or Joey the Anime Man to thank him for providing me a vessel to drink alcohol from. Not that I'll ever read it, but, you know, always good. Actually, a really high quality mug. You should buy one if they're still available. That's a good point, Chung. That's a good point. Oh, I went from drinking high quality New Zealand vodka to cheap Finnish vodka. You can clean a diesel engine with this shit, I swear to God. So sometimes I wonder if she goes too far and ignores her own wants or needs. And now, a word from our sponsors. Sponsors? I didn't think your government allowed for something so capitalist. You will not be hearing ads for sweatshop sneakers or designer medicines. Then what sort of commercial will I be hearing? The only thing that deserves to be advertised, Blian. I should have known. No, really, I should have known. Good evening, citizens of best true Korea. Truly you are graced to live here. This bountiful land of plenty is sent by the divinity of our original leader to his grandson, our glorious leader. He alone has the wisdom to direct our country to its rightful ascension as rulers of the world, but he is not alone in this eternal struggle against the forces of those who occupy all our other lands. Especially our birthrighted land of the South, the Workers' Party, the only party that represents all its citizens anywhere on Earth, assists our glorious leader as he stares down the threats the world poses to us, and together glorious leader and the Workers' Party will lead our nation to total triumph over the evil forces of the United States and its enabler allies. Remember to support your Workers' Party by saluting our brave military members who will do battle on our behalf. True Korea prevail! Would you like to know more? Man, I thought commercials in America were long-winded. That was, Are you crying, Yunji? That was poetry. Beautiful poetry worthy of Tchaikovsky himself. I am so happy to be part of our destiny. Hurrah! Okay, Zhang. Sorry, I was just lost in thought, trying to figure where to go for our outing. Oh, I need to turn it off auto. Maybe we can get out of the city and go somewhere else. I could use a change in the scenery, man. Is SAO and PTSD available on Patreon? Well, the reason why SAO and PTSD and my other SAO video are not uploaded is because A1 Pictures are assholes. And they've copyright struck both of them. And they're asking me to remove so much that I can't justify re-uploading them. What I might do is upload them to a Google Drive if I can. What are you talking about, Pukita? This is best Korea. No one's getting shot without reason. Communist parties only ever execute people for a good reason. You know that, surely. Alright. I had considered that option. Oh no, we are not going camping again. Never, ever, ever again. Who said anything about camping? You did. You suggested a change in scenery from a city. Well, yeah, but I never said it had to be camping. Don't mind Yunji, she's hated camping since she was in the Young Pioneer League. All the other kids threw her camping gear in the river after she shot them with a pellet gun. Pfft, it is not like they didn't deserve it, Blian. Oh god, War Thunder. Fuck me dead. I do have War Thunder. I do have quite a few War Thunder tanks, actually, believe it or not. I didn't say it had to be a good reason, what my name is. Yeah, look, Ludwig, playing War Thunder is suffering. Yunji is stuck out her tongue. Regardless, we aren't going camping, Yunji, so you can relax. Thank goodness. We only have one tent anyway, and it's only designed for 2 people. That would make the trip rather cozy. Not even. You'll be sleeping under the stars, bleed. You'll at least give me a sleeping bag, right? We only have 2, sorry. We'd packed some extra blankets from the depot, but regardless, we aren't going camping. Then where are we going? Jiang brings over the map she's been studying and points to an area on the eastern part of the Chinese-Korean border. Patku Mountain. We'll be spending our trip there. A mountain? Not just any mountain. It's the most sacred mountain in all of Korea. Original leader's son was born atop the mountain. It also served as an important encampment in our country's struggle against the evil Nipponese. Oh no! Boring! Enough history, please! Paektu Mountain has lots of gorgeous waterfalls, as well as some natural hot springs. Whoa. Whoa, Bill. Which is good, since it is always cold up there. Glad you mentioned that. We'll be staying at a small little-known hot spring cottage near Lake Chon. Sounds like a fun little outing. Perfect for a group date. And our final story tonight. It has come to the Workers' Party attention that there are still potentially Western sympathizers in the ranks. Glorious leader is investigating into this and appropriate action will be taken. Have a lovely holiday. Those two things really don't go together. Oh, yes. Go rest up. We've got to catch a train and then take a car tomorrow to get to our destination. And we still need to pick. That's true, sister. Let's all get ready for the trip. Well, I'm already packed, but some extra sleep wouldn't hurt. Yes, you'll want... excuse me. Yes, you'll want to be full of energy for this trip. Sleep is essential. Good night, Yunji. Alright, we're going to Paektu Mountain. They're coming from all angles and their firepower is overwhelming. Everywhere I look, I see waves of heavily armed infantry coming right for our lines. In my hands is an outdated submachine gun. I'm going to die here. Worse, it's going to be at the hands of my former comrades. Behind me, Yunji is barking orders at all of us. I plead with her that I can't fire on my countrymen, but my pleas fall on deaf ears. How did I end up here? I never asked for this. All I wanted was a vacation with some buddies in Korea. That I've been impressed into the front lines against the United States charge into Pyongyang. We're losing badly. Well, we, the North Koreans, I mean. Screw this, I'm dropping my weapon and surrendering. And down I go as I get the non-business end of the USA Standard Select Fire rifle straight to the forehead. As I go down, I think the attacker screams for my capture. Ah, nice, I'm not going to die here. I'll just be taken back to America and executed as a deserting traitor. A voice is calling me. A sweet voice. I recognize it. Wake up, Juan Posadas. Please. We need you. We're going to be taken back to America as prisoners. I'm scared. I struggle to respond. That blow took a lot out of me. I can tell that person has come closer. I can feel her breath on my face. We'll be okay if you just wake up. Please wake up now. We need you. I think there's real emotion behind those words. Like affection. You give me strength to wake up, and I open my eyes. Shine and rise, Sleepy. If only all alarm clocks came with such a sweet voice and a pleasant view. Wait, why did my phone go off? If you're wondering why your phone didn't go off, the battery died out and it's recharging. I thought it charged as I went to bed. I'm afraid the power went out again last night. Must have died overnight. It's charging now. So I thought I'd wake you. Was I wrong to do so? No, not really. I have no reason to complain. That's a relief. Anyway, please get up and get ready for the journey. Also, you appear to have flushed and have broken out into a sweat. Are you feeling alright? Shit, I can't tell her about the nightmare I just had. It's too strange and too frightening. Yeah, I'm okay. I just had an odd night is all. Having a naughty dream, were you? Why am I not surprised? It appears the other sister has worked her way in and is radiating her typical warmth and charm. You'd think she would have dropped the tsundere routine by now, but here we are. It was nothing like that. But it was a dream. Damn it, me and my stupid mouth. Yeah, I had a strange dream and I don't feel like talking about it is all. Pervert. What did you dream about last night, Yunji? Well, don't you know it's rude to ask a girl what she dreamed about? Blin. Well, it is you big dumb head. That might be the weakest insult you've tossed at me yet. Don't let her get to you, Juan Posadas. She told me all about her dream. It involved you, her, the boombox, and a window. You promised not to tell him! Oh, and I didn't even get to the best part yet. Who can play at this game? How about I go find your diary and bring it to him? And with reflexes that would make a ninja gape in awe, Zhong is dragging Yunji out of the room. Don't delay and get yourself ready. I'll have Yunji buried by the time you're done. Wouldn't that kill the entire point of a group outing? Killing is the point, yes. Avenge me, Juan Posadas! Avenge me! Blit. I'll keep your memory alive in my dreams, Yunji. I hate you both! Yunji should be okay. Zhong won't kill her. Probably. I asked her to go take a quick plunge in the Arctic water they call a shower. And I gear up for this 2-day excursion. Nope. I think I heard them bickering a bit, so that's a good sign that Zhong didn't actually kill Yunji. I head out to meet them. Looks like everyone has all of their possessions ready. Has everyone remembered to hit them on the head as well? I get to hit someone on the head? This trip seems better already. No, that's not what it means. It's, never mind. I've hit the head, yes. Good. Then let us be on our way to the train station. Looking at the girls, I note 2 things. 1, they both appear to have what seems to be heavy bags packed. I'll fight the urge to say something chauvinistic. 2, they're not decked out in their military uniforms. They're in civilian attire. I don't think I've seen you ladies out of your military outfits for too long since I've been here. You both look very nice in your casual wear. What are you complimenting us on clothing for? It's not like we dressed up for you, blin. Speak for yourself, sister. I certainly did. Why are you always showing off like this? Because I know it presses your blinkers. That's, buttons. Anyway, let's get going. Being the lone guy here, I should carry one of their suitcases, but should I pick a case or try both? I mean, Yunji will likely get mad at me if I try to carry her things, and again, she might get mad if I try to carry Zhong's thing. I'm not sure how Zhong would feel about it. Sometimes I get the notion that she's trying to push me towards Yunji, but then I think she has reservations about it. Grab both bags like the macho man I am. Sometimes a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, fellas. We're going in. Best girl is obviously Zhong. I mean, seriously, look at her. She's tall, she's well put together, she's got hips that are perfect for things, you know, and she's got, as Monty Python would say, huge tracts of land. No, our American character is not a deserter. He is a guy who went on a trip to Korea to visit his pen pals. However, being an American, he knows nothing about geography, so it turns out he was writing to girls from North Korea, not from South Korea. And so he's up shit creek now. Hi, Yuri. How you going? Like when you have a trunk full of grocery bags, you don't make multiple trips. Flipping them over your wrist until you can't feel the circulation in your lower arms anymore. Lay on the trunk and break for the front door with every single bag. Bonus points if you can carry the 24-pack of beer cradled in your arm as well. I walk over, slip my bag over my shoulders, and grab both cases. That's very nice of you, but hardly necessary. Yes, we are capable of carrying our own bags. But I'm the man here, and the man carries all the bags. Is that how it works in America? Come to think of it, shouldn't we be carrying his bag for him? He is our guest. What? No way. This is nothing compared to the weight of my ruck. You wouldn't believe the shit we have to carry. This does seem kind of nice. I hate carrying Glorious Leader's bags to the car. This is a welcome change. Good point. Wait, you have to carry Glorious Leader's bags to the car for him? You will be amazed at how many bags he needs. Yeah, most dudes can get away with one bag, and probably not even a full one. Your leader that prissy? Careful what you say now. See you at the car, Juan Posadas. With that, I follow him out the door with all my bags in tow. Well, at least they aren't all that heavy. We're back in the car, fellas. We're doing it. Same car as I've been riding in this week. We've got the bags in the trunk, and we're about to head our way to the train station. The ride to the train station will be short. The train will take us to the city of Huaysan, but we will get another car waiting for us and drive to Mount Pektu. Is our driver coming with us as well? No, he has other plans. Since we told him of our trip, he decided to go do something else. Then who's going to drive us? I will be doing the driving from Huaysan to the base of the mountain. Brilliant. Never told me you could drive, Yunji. Why have we been chauffeured around all week if you have a license? On a list of things Yunji is good at, driving ranks somewhere between subtlety and socializing with handsome foreigners. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's a real... Wait. Yunji's not good at either of those things. Go quick on the take-up on this one. I'll have you know, Glorious Leader told me just the other week that I broke the record for number of potholes hit in one trip. That's not something really to be proud of. It was a record, according to Glorious Leader. I guess Glorious Leader has a sense of humor after all. Regardless of Yunji's exemplary record, she'll be the one driving us on the last leg. Considering what I've just learned, you'll excuse me for not saying I'm looking forward to it, right? You should, after all, since Yunji's driving is the chance you'll have to sit with me alone in the back seat. Oh boys, don't look so nervous, I don't bite. It's not what you wrote in your diary. Ow! It appears I need to change the padlock lock combination on my diary again. See how violent my sister is. Have I even hit her once? No, but you do kind of bring it on yourself by taunting her. Well, she just teases me just as much, but I do not resort to smacking her around. I had no idea you felt that way. Does this mean you'll stop hitting me? No, but now I know your true feelings, and knowing is half the battle. And the other stuff is doing some fucked up shit overseas that you don't want to talk about when you get home. No, that's not the correct quote. The correct quote is, knowing is half the battle, the other half is extreme violence. I need another shot of vodka, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, TK! TK, my boy! I'm so glad to see you, my guy. How are things down where you are? You doing okay? I've missed you, brother. Since this COVID shit's been going on, I haven't rolled out your way for a long time. After all this crap is over in like 2025, we gotta need to get the boys. We'll get Batco. We'll get the whole crew together. We gotta get the whole crew. All right. Or that's how I've always heard that phrase end. Well then, sister, I'll just have to be on my guard and fight back, Blin. Now you get the picture. Stand up for yourself and do what you want. Are we anywhere near the train station yet? Not too much further. Thank goodness. As I'm not sure I want to be cramped in a car with you two when this conversation goes nuclear. A few minutes later, we arrived at the train station in Pyongyang itself, and right away our stuff is loaded into a train as we're herded towards a passenger car. On the way, we make sure to stop at the facilities to refresh ourselves. For some reason, it takes me a while to snag an empty stall. As a result, I'm the last of the three to get aboard the train, and it's relatively full. Guess the first couple of stops have quite the few passengers. And for some reason, the two girls have split up so that each one is by herself with an empty seat next to her. Are they doing this on purpose, trying to make me choose between the two? What's the point of this? The only other option is to sit on a hard, uncomfortable-looking bench and invite the two of them to sit on either side of me. My butt's already aching at that option, but it might be better than hurting the feelings of one of the girls. A little help here? Nah, bitch. Zhong. Yunji would probably scold me for sitting next to her, right? So the safest option is probably to sit next to Xiong. I head on over to the seat next to Xiong and sit down next to her. And here I was, certain you'd sit next to Yunji. I don't see why. I have enjoyed my time with you and I thought we could chat some more on the train ride. You're saying you haven't enjoyed my time for me? Not what I'm saying. But you choose to sit next to Xiong. I don't mind if you sit next to Yunji instead. If you insist, do not bother my sister for all of her pleas to me. To be honest, is a pretty big liar herself. That's not true. Can you just admit that you like one pastadas already? I'm sure it's not like that. Right, Xiong? Right. Well, I'm feeling a little bit tired at the moment. I think I'll rest my eyes. You'll have to stop running away at some point, you know, or you'll never get what you want. Sorry, busy resting here. Try later, sister. I think that's her way of saying let it lie, Yunji. Yeah, boys. We're going for the army chick. We're going for Xiong. Because she has huge tracts of land and incredible personality. Am I right, fellas? Not too long after, and the train is chugging along at a pace that would make a German mouse tank proud. Ah, yes. But I guess it still beats driving all the way there. Considering the lack of gas stations and, you know, actual modern civilization outside of Pyongyang, after all. Well, and inside of Pyongyang, too. But at least Glorious Leader is trying to catch them up with the rest of the world a little bit. Maybe I can catch up on some sleep here. Are you enjoying the trip so far? It's okay. Car ride was fine, and while this train has nearly as packed as the metro on a Monday morning. Got something on your mind? Nothing in particular. Yunji has already taken the liberty of falling asleep. Kind of looked like you were... how is it put? Spacing out? I thought I'd talk with you. I hope you don't mind. No, I don't mind, actually. Could you tell me a little bit about where we're actually going? Want to know more about Mount Paktu? Well, more about where we're staying. I understand. A small little hostel meant for short stays. It's near a natural hot spring and has the typical amenities for entertainment. What amenities are those? Mostly table tennis and karaoke. Nothing beats the classics, right? Well, there's one thing about this trip that I neglected to mention that you should know. What would that be? There aren't many rooms at the hostel, and with our budget being what it is, I only booked a single room for the three of us. That makes sense. I mean, you gotta save Wait, you just say one room for all three of us? Yes. Will that be a problem? I don't think so. At least not for me, anyway. As long as you have plenty of tissues to clean up my nosebleed. You never told me you had a medical condition. No, it's not that. I don't have a medical condition. Come to think of it, I haven't seen you bleed out of your nose during your stay so far. Does that mean you have it under control? Sorry, just a bad joke. Think nothing of it. I'll be fine. We'll all be fine. Just, I don't have any shame about me being a skivvy since joining the Marine Corps. Something about a bunch of sweaty dudes being crammed together in one barracks for 12 weeks does that to you. How the hell did I just say that? I'm clearly not thinking straight. Nah, man. MILF gang all the way. MILF gang. Team Xiong, all the way, boys. Well, that's a pity. I suppose I'll have to get over mine too for this trip. Invisible nosebleed! I am teasing you, Juan Posadas. You're much more flirty than you let on at times. Is it so strange? I feel comfortable around you. You're kind of fun to tease. Can't argue with that. I'm glad. Anyway, maybe we should take this chance to nap, as we won't get that when Yunji drives us to the hotel. Probably not a horrible idea. I watch as Xiong shifts into a more comfortable position and closes her eyes. It wouldn't be a bad idea to catch some winks myself, but I'm kind of amped up at the moment. Must be the after effects of Xiong's flirting. At least I'm near a window so I can look outside as we roll through rural Korea. Not a bad sight. Wilderness seems less depressing than what passes for a city here. I look back the other way to see Xiong is asleep, but now Yunji is awake. It looks as like she wants to say something, but she isn't ready to speak up. Hey, Yunji. You had some rest? Some. Not as much as I'd like. The last bump woke me up. Can't nod back off, then? I can't just yet. I am a tad thirsty, and I've had some thoughts on my mind. I left my change in my bag, so I can't offer you any of it for your thoughts. What you going on the belt? I was going to offer you a penny. You know what? Never mind. What were you thinking about? I was just thinking of the past few days. With you and Xiong and Mia. It's how it's been relatively enjoyable, and I guess... Yunji seems a bit sad, and she's trailing off on that last sentence. I've enjoyed it as well. I wasn't expecting to be hanging out in Korea with a couple of girls. But it's been a nice experience for the most part anyway. It's been a nice break from the routine. For the most part, our lives have been pretty regimented, or you could say we were groomed for the military. We never really had any vacations or went anywhere, and our father has been so distant lately. I'm sorry, I never realized you had some family worries. Come to think of it, I never really did ask you about your family. I guess I was so focused on having a good time with you and Zhang, the thought never asked. The thought to ask never occurred to me. That and avoiding getting kicked in the shin by you, but I'll keep that in the thought bubble. It's alright. We did not want to make you sad on your vacation with us. I'm not even sure why I'm telling you now. Sometimes it's good to talk to someone new about things. Easier that way. I wonder about that. I guess I feel comfortable around you. You listen to me, and you're nice to me even though you tease me a lot. We Americans are a funny group, and we generally tease those we like the most. You like me, Blin? Well, of course I do. I like you and Zhang. You're both fun to be around. Oh, I understand. I'm glad you decided to visit, though. I'm gonna try and get back to napping now. Yeah, boys, you gotta play this one. This is a tight line. This is a tight line. This is a great idea. I think I'll get a few winks too. Yunji curls up and at best as she can to get comfortable, while I stretch my legs out as these cramped train cars will allow. These might be the most serious conversations I've had with both girls since I've gotten here. I can't help but think there's something on their minds that they aren't telling me. Maybe I'll learn before having to go back home. Seems we've hit a smooth section. I think I'll take that now. The rest of the train ride went without incident, and when we got to the High Sand station, we grabbed our bags and picked up our rental car. At least I think it's a car in the least representative form of the word. Jean calls it a Leica Lada. I call it a rolling Soviet death trap. Hey! Did you be mean about the Lada? Think of a rusty old Yugo from the late 1970s and you've pretty much got the picture. Good thing America rejected this piece of perestroika, or the Soviets would have defeated us via car accident. Yet it looks like the same as the limo we were riding around with. The minor issue being I'm cramped in the back seat with Jeong. I don't call that an issue, boys. It does oddly resemble the same back seat of the car we've been riding around in all week. Maybe it's one of those one-size-fits-all Korea communist things. Either way, I'm squished up closer to Jeong than when we overfill one of the LMTVs with 18 or more grunts on a trip down I-95. Well, at least she smells a lot better than 17 other sweaty guys. She's also, more comfortable to be pressed against, too. I'm a man and she's soft. Stop judging me. This is my safe space. Again, that's not really a complaint. The real complaint is that Yunji's driving was overhyped. And considering that we'd established Yunji wasn't a good driver earlier, this means her driving is even worse than I could have ever imagined. Well, whichever deity is in charge up there, I'm asking you to deliver me from this threat to my person. I'm not picky about which one of you answers. You are like little baby with your whining billion. I'll have you know that I missed that last pothole. On purpose. Let's go with that if it makes you feel better and shuts you up. I'm gonna die in North Korea and in the least politically charged way possible. Death by communist wagon falling off the side of a mountain. If you do not shut up, your death will be caused by me strangling you. Ordinarily, I would say something nice to placate the situation, but I'm afraid I'm in agreement with Juan Posadas on this. Have you gotten worse since the last time I was out with you driving? I hope this model has child locks so I can bail out and leave you to plunging to your deaths. Child locks? I doubt this Cold War piece of junk even has anti-lock brakes, let alone child lock. Thud! Okay, you hit that big-ass crater on purpose, admit it. I admit there was a big-ass crater and I hit it. I'm gonna be right back, guys. 1 second. Okay. Oh. Man. Oh. That felt good. 3 guesses to guess what I just did. Oh. Another shot of vodka just to make myself feel better. Oh boy. Alright. My head would be hurting a lot more, but it was stopped by the fun bag system installed near my head in the back seat. Oof! Boys. I do believe we're making some progress. Alright, where are we at? You know, David and Pukita, your temperament for analysis is incredible. Well done, gentlemen. Alright. Maybe this isn't so bad after all. You could try to make the ride a little more cozy. You meant comfy, right? Because you two look cozy enough. Like it's our fault the rental car's backseat is barely enough to fit a couple of underfed Eastern Bloc children. Let alone 2 fully grown adults. I am thankful you bathed and put on perfume. It smells nice. Cologne. Guys, put on cologne. Wham! Did you just run over a deer carcass or something? I did not piss over the floor. I pissed in the bathroom. That's what the bathroom is for. And I definitely did stretch my nuts. In fact, I did 2 out of the 3 things you represent. Actually, the only reason I didn't do all 3 is because I already have more vodka right here. This is me tapping the bottle on the desk. It is Aristov Finnish vodka. And I'm pretty sure I could run my car on it because I drive a diesel, so I'm pretty sure I could run my car on this shit. But yeah. You've better not have. If it was fresh enough, we could have cooked it over the fire pit. Good joke. It was not a deer carcass, just an overgrown root, Glenn. Also, if you do not like heights, then please do not look out the window right now. I'm not falling for that one again. Telling me not to look out the window and so I'll look and freak. Holy shit! How are you managing to drive this close to the edge? Talent. Now stop screaming. I told you not to look. Talent my ass. Jung, you're really an ancient Korean deity who has answered my humble prayers, right? I have been compared to goddesses before. However, I don't think I actually have any actual power. My guess is we're just really lucky Yunji hasn't killed us yet. Wait to pick your little sister up. How much further do I have to endure this torture? Not too much further. Once we find the appropriate lot to park in, we can take a short hike up to the hotel. We have to hike there? Really? It's not a long hike. I'd say we can take a cable car up there, but it's never really in operation. Hiking won't be so bad. At least I can avoid obvious walking hazards, unlike Yunji when she drives. Thud. I only hope I remember who I am after the multiple concussions I'm likely racking up back here. Do not worry. If you forget, we'll brainwash you into being our manservant. Oh, boys. I will never make fun of New York drivers again after that experience. When we got to the parking lot, we had to hike up a curved mountain path up to the summit. Roughly 40 minutes or so. Once there, Xiang and Yunji led me down a much less used path to a quaint hotel. Near to what appeared to be a small natural hot spring, broke off from the crater lake. Oh, look at it. About mid-afternoon when we finally arrive. I must say, the place certainly does look cozy, at the very least. Maybe rustic would be a good term for it. The hot spring is outside, looks pretty warm, which is good considering it's pretty damn cold up here. Guess the girls weren't kidding when they said it was chilly here year-round. There's also a distinct lack of partition built into the hot spring, meaning there's only one spring and it's not segregated by gender. Is it normal for men and women to share a bath in the hot spring here? Are you complaining at having to share the bath with us? It doesn't not seem very, as you might say, nacho. That's macho, and I'm not complaining, merely observing the fact there's only one spring and it's not partitioned off by gender. I was merely teasing you. The truth is that this hostel was built in compliance for a women's summit that was to be held. Something about discussing women's rights violations around the world. We built this in hopes of securing the bid to host it. However, we lost that bid, but the hotel remains. It's not a very well-known place, even here in Korea. So who won the bid to host the conference, then? Does it matter now? We didn't get the bid, but we have a vacation spot. End of story. Japan won the bid, didn't they? Curse you, Nippon, bled! Deceptive as usual, Juan Posadas. But we're here to have fun, not dwell on injustices of the past. I will go check us in. Please wait for a moment. I wonder what we should do first while we're here. I think I'd like to relax and leave the hiking until tomorrow morning. A nice relaxing dip in the hot spring and then maybe some spirits inside the hotel. Wait, why would you mention spirits when we're supposed to be relaxing? Why wouldn't I? Kicking back in a rustic hotel and sharing spirits with you and Zhang, doesn't it sound grand? Not at all, I hate spirits. Oh well, you just had to say so, you don't have to join us. Ah, get away from me, spirits, Blien! It appears Zhang has snuck up on Yunji and has frightened her something fierce. I'm sorry, Yoji, I couldn't resist. Yunji has always been frightened of ghosts, even to this day. Ghosts? Who said anything about... Oh, I get it. Yunji, did you think I was talking about ghosts when I said go have some spirits? Well, what else could you have been talking about? Spirits is another word for booze. Alcoholic beverages, firewater. Why did you not say go get some drinks instead of scaring me with talks of spirits, bleed? I really should have listened to my Korean teacher when she said use simple language. I checked in. There are a couple of other guests, but not too many. I ran into one while getting the keys. She had on a rather nice suit. She was like a detective or maybe a traveling salesperson. It was very nice and said she'd hope to see me later. Yunji has expressed interest in soaking in the hot spring. Good idea. Let us do that and then on to entertainment in the lounge. Here are the keys, one for each of us. Let's go to our room. Oh boy. Fellas, we're making progress. I follow her inside to the hotel and she opens up the door to our room. A little less than enthusiastic about passes for a hotel room at this inn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks exactly like my bedroom back at your place. It's not all that surprising. This place was built by military labor, as was our building on the base. They probably recycled the floor plans and replicated them for this hotel. Couldn't they have requested something different for the decor, though? Considering the budget for backgrounds, buildings such as this, probably not. And anyway, at least the bed is big enough for two people. Only one of us has to be on the floor. Can we at least get extra blankets so I can pad the floor a little? I'm pretty sure that's concrete under that thin layer of carpet. And here I was, going to graciously let you have the bed with Yunji. Can't be serious. Share a bed with a guy with you in the room? So you're saying if I'm not in the room, you'd be okay to share the bed with him then? I think I saved some of my bonus pay from last month. It's not it at all. Brilliant. Relax, Yunji. I'm relatively sure she's just teasing us. I'll be sleeping on the floor. You were supposed to play along with the joke, though. But yes, I am teasing. I'll send in an extra pillow and blankets while we're relaxing. Let's settle in and enjoy the hot spring. Oh, boys. Hey, Firefox42, my guy, it's been so long. Also, MiG-23 Flogger, what's up, my guy? And Soviet, too! We got all the homies coming in. Hey, guys. Alright. Alright, it's a simple matter of settling in for me here. Well, I should go ahead of them to the spring and wait for them, or should I let them go ahead and catch up? Ladies first, gents. I should hang back and let the ladies get in the tub first. Given what I think I know about Yunji, she'd be really shy about disrobing at the hot spring in front of me. I think she'll be okay if she gets in first and I follow up later. Why don't you two head on out to the hot spring first? I'm going to hang back and stretch my legs for a few minutes. You are going to come to the hot spring, right? They have different times for men and women, right? No, there's no time separation. In there is a partition they put up, right? So men on one side and women on the other. No, there isn't. Remember, this was built as a resort for women only. They didn't bother making a partition for the spring. Don't tell me we're all going to bathe in the spring together. Of course, we'll have a great time. We can soak in the mineral water, rub each other's backs, and tell each other all our secrets. But they can't soak in the spring with him. He's a man. And it only took you 5 days for you to notice this fact? You know what I mean. You know what I mean, Bliet. Look, I figured I'd let you go on ahead and get situated in the spring first. And I'd follow in after. But if it bothers you that much, I can just wait until you're done and go soak by myself. That will not do. We're all adults here. For legal reasons. Certainly we can handle soaking in a hot spring. I think I'll be okay if we get in first and you warn me when you come out to join us. Then it's settled. Go on ahead. I'll be there in 10 minutes, right? That should be enough time. That will be more than sufficient. Come along, Yunji. I'll make a woman out of you someday. Brian? What? Oh, sorry. I should leave that to Juan Posadas. Don't keep us waiting too long. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. We're in the money right here. Young drags Yunji out the door before either of us have a chance to protest her last statement. Okay, I lied. Yunji would have protested it. I would have to make a snarky remark to annoy Yunji. After 10 minutes, I head over to the spring's changing station. Maybe 2 towels would be a good idea. One to wear in and remove to spare Yunji's sensibility. And the other to dry off and wrap back around when we're done. The 6 P's, after all. Proper preparation prevents piss-poor performance. I remember that one. So with the towel around my waist and the other slung over my shoulder, I head to the spring. Oh, fellas! Took you long enough. Sorry, spaced out for a couple of minutes, but here I am. Both girls are already in the water. I guess I'd best join them. You aren't going to wear that towel in here, are you? No, really. It's okay for him to wear it if he wants. Relax, sister. You've seen a man in a bathing suit. As she says this, I whip off the towel, freeing the boys! Shit, cold air and shrinkage. I didn't think this through. Wait. Did Young say bathing suit? Also, what was that loud splash just now? Yunji! Did she just faint into the water? Your manly display was too much for her. This might be the greatest moment of my life. Let's make sure she doesn't drown so we can tease her about it. I hadn't noticed until now, but neither girl is naked in the hot spring. Sure to look cute in their bikinis, though. You both have swimsuits on? Of course we have swimsuits on, Brian! You would think we would be naked? The thought had occurred to me, this being a hot spring and all. I wasn't against the idea of bathing naked, but Yunji insisted on wearing suits. It's called modesty, sister. Modesty is nice. I only hope you forget your modesty when you finally confess to Juan Posadas. Oh my god! Just go put on a bathing suit. Don't have one. I guess a pair of skillies or a pair of silkies will have to do. Still, I'm glad you were thoughtful enough to have brought out the 2 towels when you thought we'd all be naked. Was that praise I heard from your lovely voice, Yunji? Bliet! Bliet. Yeah, FT, I can do it. I can do it for you. Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what we've been waiting for! Woo! I don't have a camera, but yeah. You know, it's funny you mentioned Willem Dafoe. I actually went to see the new Spider-Man movie that came out. I just went to see it today. It was a really great movie. But you know, oh my, yeah, you can't do this to me. Yeah. Here we are, kicking back and soaking in the mineral springs. Hell yeah. Good thing the spring is naturally heated because the air is pretty crisp around us. Nobody is really saying much as we soak. I guess it's too relaxing to bother with conversation. In all, it's nice and peaceful. That is, until you hear footsteps approaching the spring. Oh, yo, boys! Dark-skinned hottie. Here we go. What accent should we do for this, guys? What accent do we do for this lady, boys and girls? Come on. I've had Russian for Yunchi, I've had English for Xiong, and I've had American for Juan. But what accent do we do for this beautiful lady right here? I need a vote, chat. There's 13 of you. We need a vote. We need a decision. Come on. Spit it out. Sit here and wait. What accent am I doing? Come on, guys. What accent am I doing? We need to pick. I'm not doing Afghan or Latin because I can't speak Latin. What accent am I doing, fellas? Come on. We gotta vote. I'm not doing Afghan or Latin, so it's between Australian, French, and Italian. So far, come on, bring it up. Got a new character, we need a new accent, come on. Oh, we got 2 votes for Australian, holy shit. Oh. Got 1 for Italian, we got... Oh. Oh, we got 3 votes for Australian, come on. We got 2 for Italy, 3 for Australia, come on, boys. Come on. Oh, we got 1 for French. So we got 3 for Australian, 2 for Italian, 2 for French. Come on, any other votes? Come on. I need everyone to get in on this. This is a democracy, damn it. Oh, we got 3 for Italian. 3 for Italian, 3 for Australian. Oh boy. There's someone else here who has the deciding vote. Come on. Looks like Italian's winning it out, fellas. Okay. Yep. It's Italian. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do a compromise. I'm going to do a compromise. I am going to do Australian Italian. Okay? Which hard to explain to Americans in that this is kind of a like it's not a racial slur, but it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's complicated, but in Australia, people from the Mediterranean areas such as France, fuck. People from the Mediterranean areas such as Lebanon, Italy, and Greece are called wogs. Okay? Now, it was originally a racial slur. It is now sort of like, it's been since reclaimed and deracialized, I suppose, or deracistified. Is that even a term? I don't know. Where it's just an adjective, a slang term adjective for a group of people from the Mediterranean. And they have a very distinct accent. And so, if I do a hybrid between Australian and Italian, that is the voice I will get. So, thinking if we have votes for Italian and Australian, I will do Australian. I will do an Australian Italian. As I said, it's a complicated topic, but it is what we in Australia would call, quotation marks, a WOG accent, which is Italians, Greeks, Lebanese. All right? It's complicated. I have people who are from that part of the world who live in Australia who can explain that, and it's complicated, but basically. So I'll do an Italian Australian, all right? Like, you can back me up, David, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? You get me? Are you from Melbourne? I don't know if you're in Melbourne, but you get what I mean, right? Alright. I will do an Australian Italian accent. As I said, what we would call here in Australia, quotation marks, a WOG accent. Oh my god. Well, if this isn't just a splendid sight to behold, looks like I lucked out and picked a date with some eye candy hanging around, bro. Turning around, I notice a young female Asian has joined us at the spring. I say at because she isn't exactly in the proper state of undress to join us in the spring. She's dressed in a grey suit that looks more appropriate for a board meeting than a hot spring. She's also got a clear bottle that likely contains something alcoholic. I'm afraid I do not understand. What do you mean by saying there is eye candy here? And one of them is innocent too, bro. Finally the gods of fortune shone upon me, man. What is she babbling on about? The term eye candy is a slang for telling someone they're good looking, beautiful, or handsome. Oh my god. The lolly is actually a guy. That's disappointing. Well, that was fairly rude. I'm a lean, mean fighting machine, you know. Yeah, whatever, bro. Look, go to the other end of the spring. I'm on the hunt for those two. On the hunt for the... You mean Yunji and myself? Oh my god. The one with the nice gasm finally speaks. Truly, your cups overflow, don't they? But I'm not drinking anything at the moment, so no. I don't think she was talking about beverages, young. And what was she talking about? Well, it's more about how your swimsuit fit. What's there to say? I get mine properly sized so they fit right. Too innocent. This is gonna be a weekend to remember, my guy. You realize I'm sitting here and I know exactly what you're saying, right? Oh my god. You're still here, lolly boy. Could you be a dear and fetch me some more soju? I didn't give me a proper amount while this bottle. He is not your errand boy. He is on vacation with us. Get your own soju. Shinji stood up for me. I'm so happy. He does care about my feelings. If anything, he's our errand boy and should be fetching me soju. And the happy feeling is gone. Oh man, feisty little femme, aren't you? Don't worry, I'll figure something out for him to do. We'll keep him occupied. You won't miss him. My apologies. I'm afraid we don't know you, and our friend here is very important to us. I'd appreciate it if you treat him with some respect. If that's why it takes to untwist your knickers metaphorically and physically, I suppose I can at least acknowledge his existence somewhat better. When you fetch me my soju, can you get me some? Could you get some for yourself as well? Hey, thanks. Look, wait, I'm not fetching you your damn soju. Oh man, getting a little too hot in the wrong way here, bro. But I'll see you two cuties later. Make sure he's not with you if you actually want to have a good time. Well, that was weird. Did you know her from somewhere? She seemed to take an instant dislike to you. Well, that's not so unbelievable. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Yunji. And no, I've never seen her before in my life. Certainly took a liking to you two, though. Well, let's just relax a bit more and then head inside to the entertainment room. We all nod and relax a bit more. After a while, the girls get up and get ready to check out to the entertainment area. After a suitable amount of time, I get out and head back to go get changed. They have robes furnished for us to wear in the closet. However, there is a slight problem. They're all pastel colors. I guess when they built this place to win a women's conference bid, they went with all out and got really girly ones. I'm expected to wear one too. Great, there are only tier in here that will fit me. Let's go with the green and sand color. I don't think I could get with something into myself that like something that light or blue. The green one it is. I've been told the light green color brings out my eyes anyway. Donning the robe, I head into the entertainment area. Oh yeah, karaoke bar. Oh, you went with the green one. It brings out your eyes. They're so pretty. What'd you say? Now that I've had a chance to settle in, I notice the girls aren't wearing the robes from the hotel either. They're in civilian attire, and I'm the only one dressed in a shitty pastel robe. Wait, I'm the only one who decided on a robe? There's no way I'd be caught dead in one of those. Yes, they probably haven't been washed in years. Thanks for the warning, you two. I feel ridiculous in this now. There's nothing wrong with a man wearing feminine colors. Only something wrong with him is wearing a woman's robe. That would explain why I'm having so much trouble finding one that fit. Anyway, weren't we supposed to partake of some entertainment about now? Yes, though there's only a couple of things to choose from, as you can see. The selection of things to entertain oneself does seem somewhat limited. Ping pong table looks relatively unused. Guess it's not the most popular activity here. Karaoke machine seems to be in good order, as best as I can tell. No television or radio. Guess that makes sense. We aren't exactly in Korea's typical broadcasting range anyway. There is a bar, away for booze. The girls have already decided what they want to do. I hope they have some modern music on this machine. Does it have anything by David Bowie, sister? I'll check. At first glance, it doesn't appear to. Given's best modern singer ever. Modern? What year do you guys think this... I take a look at the track listing. Yeah, God, it's like the 80s still lives on in Korea. There's even some 70s music scattered about it too, which Jong seems rather excited about. You know what? They say this is a bad thing, but dude, the 80s was like the boom time of modern music, my guy. Like, I'm a metal and rock fan, and 80s metal and 80s rock fucking slaps, my dudes. Like, dude, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Metallica, come on, bro. Jesus. Guy quits his fucking whinging. They may not be singing Death to the Imperialist Aggressors, but I sure shit am. Oh, I see something I want to sing. I'll go first. Okay, well, relax and listen then. Yunji and I take our spots on the rugs, and Zhong punches some buttons on the machine. A few seconds later, she's singing a lively rendition of some 70s pop song. What's more, she's really good at singing. I'm not a huge fan of the genre, but I can't help but get a little funky to Zhong's singing, so I find myself dancing. Okay, as well as you can dance sitting on the floor, but it's really more of grooving with my head and shoulders. When she's finished, both Yunji and I are clapping her rousing performance. This is so unfair, Young. You've gotten even better since the last time. Thanks, sister. I've been practicing in the shower every morning. Really shows you could give a K-pop idol a run for her money. Well, not that she'd have much, since you've long admitted that your country's currency is worthless, and nobody really gets paid for the arts here anyway. A compliment seems really shallow in this country, doesn't it? You mean well, and I appreciate your kind words that mean much more in your country. Where pop stars get paid more than teachers and soldiers. Touché. If we're done comparing the relative unfair pay structures in our countries, I think I've found something I'd like to sing. Hit it! This time, Zheng and I relax on the rug and Yunji takes her turn working the mic. Looks like it looks like Yunji's gone for retro 80s. Also known as current hits in Korea. And she's singing like she's the solo star at Pyongyang's biggest stadium. Which I've recently learned is the biggest in the world, actually, because, you know, infrastructure over food, I guess. She's pretty good, but she doesn't have the contemporary vocal range to stay consistently interesting. Her voice lacks the consistent color needed to perform minimum music industry standards. Full-time consideration of another endeavor might be in order. Oh, while I was narrating, Yunji finished and I'd better clap for it. Very nice, Yunji. You've improved as a singer as well. What did you think, Juan Posadas? Full-time I mean, you were good, Yunji. Maybe not K-pop idol good. It was a pleasant performance. Thank you. Yes, the windows even seem to enjoy it. They've stayed intact this time. They'll never find your body out here, you know. I'm teasing, sister. Anyway, I believe it's our guest's turn to entertain us. Very true. Here we are now. Here we are now. Entertainers. But the lights are on. Anyway, fair is fair, so relax, I'll go pick a song. Both girls nod, smile, and sit down as I head up to the karaoke machine. Really wasn't kidding about the modern music thing. They're not much past about 1989 on this machine selection screen. There are a few selections that I think I could pass off as a decent effort with my vocal range. Got it. 80s pop, let's go. 80s stints to kick in, strut the stage a bit, nail the chorus, time to rock the refrain while slightly modify refrain. Checking my audience, Jung seems to be listing like one would in a core class forced by university standards. But Yunji's banging her head around, whipping her hair around like she's one of my groupies. Kinda cute, really. At some point during my performance... I'm really angry it doesn't tell me what song they're singing so I can sing it myself, to be honest. At some point during my performance, a strange girl from the hot spring has worked her way into the entertainment area. She's still in her suit, though. I wonder why she didn't don a robe like me, or civvies like the girls. After I finish my number, she steps up to us and starts speaking. Well, I think she's speaking. She's a bit slurred, though. Guess she got more soju after all. You know, I was hoping to find my favorite two hotties here and Lolly Boy. Well, that's a pity. That chic robe really does fit him well, doesn't it? And that shirt on your busty sister isn't leaving much to the imagination. Ugh. Why does everything come back to Zhang being busty? God, you people! Still feisty, I like this. Still feisty, my god. I like this one, I'll take them both. And now it's getting weird. Oh, don't be such a downer, kid. I've got a fresh bottle of soju. Here, I'll even let you have a drink with us. You'll excuse me, I need to go freshen up. The hell about that drink, lolly boy? I'll not be much of a marine if I turn down a drink, even from... What's your name, anyway? Just call me Sumaragi, bras. I'm here on business. What sort of business brings someone all the way out here? Sumaragi pours me a small dish of soju. Import, export, though, what I really deal in are secrets, bro. Maybe I even know all of yours. She's obviously not very good at her job if she's telling us that to us half sober at a hotel. I doubt that. Young and I are both in the People's Army. There's nothing we have to hide. I think what you like. It hardly matters what you believe. All that really matters is what other people believe about the Ibra. So let's trade secrets, eh? But what in particular? I'll pose the question to you, and you can either answer it or take a challenge from my choosing instead. Sounds a lot like truth or dare, you know. Nonsense. The game's just child's play, bro. My game involves getting it to open up a little. Why should I play along with your weird idea of a game? What are you, chicken? He's down there. I'm gonna get the brunt of whatever anger you call. Nobody calls me chicken. Bring on your stupid Christians, please. Well, this should be interesting. Okay. Well, what color panties are you wearing right now? Why would you ask that stupid question? Well, what's your bras? Getting you to answer would be like, oh, well, would you like the dare? I mean, the challenge. Curse eyes being right. What do you, bro? Fine. What is your challenge if I do not answer? Nothing too stressful. Just give me a kiss on the lips and everything will be fine. This isn't good. Well, what's your choice? Sorry for the wait. Hey, I know. How about you sing us a song on the karaoke machine, strange lady? Yunji appears to have been saved by Zhong's appearance. You want a song, bro? I can do you that. I know just what song I'll sing, too. She heads up to the karaoke machine where she punches in a couple of buttons. Before the music starts, she grabs a surprised Yunji by the hand and grabs her with it. Oh, boys. What the hell are you doing, Blian? This song is perfect for you, bro. Oh no, it's one of the Glorious Leader's favorites. With that, she busts right into a rap song that's past the typical release date for music in Korea. Yes, that explains why Glorious Leader was name-dropped here. Oh, and Yunji's gonna kill this girl. Better go get a body bag. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other Brits can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty-bitty thing, I'll get toss in your face, you get sprung! Yeah, boys. MC Hammer. Does she have a death wish? Oh, good. We were thinking the same thing. Think they have any body bags here? Yunji is getting flustered and doesn't seem to be able to react to the situation. Did it all in the middle, but she got much back, buddy. Yeah. Did it in the middle, but she got much back. Yeah, baby got ass. I don't need instant replay to review the fact that this lady just grabbed a handful of Yunji's ass while spitting out the refrain there. Yunji goes from flustered to all-out murderous rage, and I think she's had about as much as she stands, and she can't stand no more. That does it! I'll give Yunji credit. She didn't kill this lady, but I'm sure every one of her ancestors felt the impact of the slap Yunji just landed on her. Combined with the soju consumption, this lady is out cold. Oh! Boys. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. Oh, boys. Did it in the middle, but she got much back. Oh. Absolute banger. Absolute banger. MC Hammer. MC Hammer for life, fellas. Taking another shot, fellas. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Hope that few seconds of grab ass was worth the splitting headache she'll have when she wakes up. I'm dragging this woman's drunk ass to the brig. Go back to the room and I'll bring back some soju, please. I plan on drinking you with you under the table when I get back. Hey, Yunji, I am so far fucking ahead of you, you have no idea. She's so pissed off I can't even bring myself to correct her incorrect jargon. Discretion is the better part of not having me feeling Yunji's second slapshot of the night. One thing that bothers me, though. Wait, this place has a brig? What resort doesn't have a brig? Oh. Jong and I head back to the room to wait for the soju. Oh, and Yunji, I guess. A few minutes later, Yunji is back with several bottles of firewater. We're all exhausted, so we get our drink mostly in silence. It's worth noting that for her bravado of drinking with us under the table, Yunji is the first person to pass out. Yes, Yunji's a lightweight when it comes to her liquor, right? Talks a big game, but she's yet to drink anyone under the table. At least we're already where we're sleeping, so it's a nice change not to have to drag her passed out body home. Nothing else after that is said. I help Zhang tuck Yunji into bed and Zhang gets in next to her. I crawl into my makeshift futon after the long trip and the soju. I'm really beat. It's always tomorrow, so sleeping time now. Oh, boys. Yunji, quickly now. Wake up Juan Posadas. We're so far behind we won't get to do much today if we don't get moving. How did this happen? I'm sure I left the wake-up call at the desk. I don't know, but if we don't get him up quickly, well, maybe we can go see Ryumsu Falls before heading back home. Understood. Juan Posadas, wake up now, Brian! No wakey. I haven't even heard Reveille yet. If you do not wake up in the next 10 seconds, I'm going to slap you harder than I slapped that woman who drunkenly assaulted me last night. I'm awake. You leave my handsome face alone, damn it. You seem awfully down for being on vacation. You've overslept, and pretty badly at that. It appears the staff did not honor our wake-up call request. Either that or someone forgot to put one in. I did not forget. The staff forgot. Shut up. I didn't say anything. Anyway, so what's the story? Last train to Pyongyang leaves at an earlier time today, so we won't have much time to do much of anything. I was thinking after breakfast we could go see Ryongsu Falls while heading back home. Sounds like a good idea. Is it a waterfall or something? Not just a waterfall, but a spectacular conglomeration of 42 waterfalls that cascade into Ryongsu River. It is a really beautiful spectacle of Korea's natural beauty, unspoiled by Western capitalist poison. Well done, sister. You finally memorized the tour guide's phrase for Ryongsu Falls. Sounds beautiful, minus the BS spiel about capitalism. I brought our breakfast here. Let's eat and get changed quickly so we can hike over there. Let's do it. Quickly hustle around getting changed and eating cold noodles and beef. Before long, we've made the short hike to Ryongsu Falls. I think I've been mispronouncing it. I have to admit, the beautiful spectacle of Korea's natural beauty line wasn't just propaganda. Ryongsu Falls is truly a spectacle with its layered, multiple waterfalls that empty into the river below. Two girls who accompanied me here are also beautiful spectacles of Korea's natural beauty. You cannot just say things like that out of nowhere, Bayeti! She says as she blushes the unexpected compliment. That wasn't supposed to be said out loud, but I won't take it back. Mama didn't raise a liar. Well, at least not a very good liar. I'd fail in politics. It's not like I hate being called beautiful and being compared to a gorgeous waterfall. Wait, you're blushing too, sister. No, that's just sunburned. No way, we haven't been out here long enough. And besides, everyone knows the hole in the ozone layer is only of evil countries like America and Nippon. I don't think that's how the ozone works. I know, there's only one major ozone hole, and it's over my country, Australia. Okay, yes, I'm blushing, but at least I'm not acting like a tsundere. You two keep saying that word, but I have no idea what it means. It basically means you're terrible at expressing your honest feelings, so you act like an ice queen. When people finally break through, you show you're a nice, caring person. Still do not understand. Don't worry about it. Half the otakus around the world will love you for it. And the other half that don't will still check out your CGs anyway. Now that's settled. What do you think of the waterfalls? It really is beautiful. It's not as high as Niagara Falls, but the way there are so many of them in layers is truly breathtaking. As I'm watching the waterfalls, I hear something plink into the river in front of us. Turning to the side, I know that Yunji appears to be praying. Not too long after, I hear a plink from the other direction, and sure enough, Xiong is also praying. Making wishes? Yes, I know it seems a tad childish, but it is kind of fun. Perhaps you should make a wish, maybe for love, or a personality to develop. Guess it couldn't hurt, I could wish for Yunji to be nice. Don't you want to make a wish that might actually come true? It seems 2 passengers have forgotten who's driving the car back to the train in a little bit. Quite right. Anyway, I'll make a wish. Wish for Xiong's happiness. I pull out €1 from my pocket. Looks like this one is from Luxembourg. Yes, it is an actual country, Gem wishes aside. As I toss the coin into a river, I whisper a wish for Xiong's happiness. That's so sweet of you, Juan Posadas. I forget my whispering tends to be a bit louder than other people's. Oh well, Xiong seems happy, so it's fine. We better make our way back and get to the car. If you miss the train, it'll throw everything off schedule and you might not make your flight home. Or yes, it is getting close to your departure date, isn't it? It is, unfortunately. I've enjoyed spending this vacation with you. Maybe sometime in the near future you'll both come to America and visit where I live. That would be nice, I think, but I believe it would be hard for us to get to America. Travel to foreign countries, especially enemy countries, is frowned upon in Korea. We would need outside help in order to get to America. I don't know if there's much I can do, but I'll help in any way I can. I will. I believe you would. That makes us happy to hear that. Maybe someday we'll take you up on that offer, but now let's go back home. Alright, boys. We're going back. The hike back is uneventful, and as soon as we get back, we gather up our things and head back to the car. I'd like to say Yunji's driving improved, and as stated, I'm a terrible liar. Before long, we're back on a train to Pyongyang. It's not all that crowded, but the silence is uncomfortable. I can't shake this feeling that something is going on with those two that they aren't telling you. In any rate, Xiong is reading and Yunji is sleeping. Sleep sounds like a good idea. I figure we're going to go do something special for the last day before I head back to the United States. Best be real rested for it. We've gotten back from our short mountain getaway together. It was pretty fun, despite the temperature resembling the time I got drilled in Alaska. When I was assigned to Alaska, not drilled like in the... You know what? Moving on. The trip back was pretty uneventful. There weren't too many people on the train, and no seat accidents to worry about. The return was definitely faster than the trip there, though. I mean, we're actually home, and it's not even past national curfew. As soon as we got home, the girls retreated to their rooms, so I didn't waste much time getting into bed. Since I'm heading back to America soon, I really didn't see the need to unpack my bag from the trip. So now I'm just laying here on the bed, contemplating if I should go say something to the girls or just fall asleep for the night. Knock, knock, knock. Guess there was a third option after all. Wait until one of the girls comes to see me. I'm decent, come in. Good evening, Xiong. What can I do for you? I came because I wanted to talk with you about something. Sure, I got nothing but time right now. What's on your mind? This past week has been really nice and a bit of a new experience for me. I keep having certain feelings that emerge at times, and I'm not sure what to make of them. You mean about me and going home soon? Sort of, I think, anyway. Knock, knock, knock. I think Yunji is looking for us. Come in, Yunji. Besides, I wanted to... why are you here? I came to talk with Juan Posadas about something. I wanted to talk with him about something as well. Well, don't be shy. Go ahead and tell me, the both of you. Not something I wish to discuss with Yunji in the room. Yes, I'd rather it be just us in private without Xiong. What could both of you want to need to talk about that needs privacy from the other sister? Oh, awkward only begins to describe this situation. Well, I can flip a coin to see who goes to go first, and then I can hear you both out in turn. I am afraid there is not enough time to do that right now. We'll have to continue this later. I'm not sure what you mean. We don't have anything planned. Something's up, and I'm clueless as to what it is. While I try to puzzle this out, Jung has positioned herself behind me. What's more, she's holding my hands. Is this she was starting to talk about? Does she have feelings for me? This cannot be helped, and we're on a time limit, and we've almost hit it. Wait, when did Yunji turn her back to me? I was so busy pondering Zhong's sudden closeness, I failed to notice that. She's facing me now, and she has something in her hand. Once we get through this, we'll sort everything else out. Get through what? Thank you for sleep for a bit. Don't worry, we'll have a clearer picture when you get up. Damn, when my guard down, Yunji went and stuck a needle in my arm. And from what she just said, it's a drug to make me go to sleep for a bit. Don't do anything too weird to me and my... Oh, fellas, we've been kidnapped by the North Korean secret police. Holy shit, we're in trouble. Let's get him to the rendezvous point, Brian. Why are you here, sister? You didn't stick to the plan. I had something I wanted to confess to Juan Posadas before we went through with the plan. Wait a minute, you went in early as well. I also wanted to tell Juan Posadas something before the plan. You like him, don't you? Oh boy, fellas. I'm so groggy. Feels like I've been on a 3 days leave rager and I'm just barely sobering up. Oh boys, eyelids are so heavy. Need to take stock on my surroundings though. Oh, interrogation room! Holy shit, boys, we're in trouble! Oh no. Oh god, that light is barely on and it feels like the inferno of 1,000 suns. You know what? I hear 1,000 suns. And I hear 1,000 suns, and all I can think of is Magnus the Red. Whip 'em good, companion. More time chattering around here is less time necromancing father. Off to Mars with you, companion. What I'm going to tell father is... What I'm going to tell father is that we discovered Corvus Corax and Vulcan are still alive, only that we killed Vulcan by accident, which in case we kinda did, but also Corvus Corax saw us and we killed him with the Engine of Woes, and now he blames us for the whole entire thing. Close enough to the truth to make me think that you might as well just tell him the truth anyway. What I'm not going to tell him is it's part of our grand scheme to necromance him off the Golden Throne and bring him back to power where he might actually do some good. Tell me, companion, have you ever heard of the Proteus Protocol? But companion, we're going to revive father! Yes. Sneak up behind him and evade conflict. Like a Tau would. Hello, I am Vodka. I want to give you a great big I'm not mad at you that you ruined everything hug. Or Prime Mineral Rogus. I will do this. Father, your qualifications as a parent are lacking. Okay. Whatever they struck me with is giving me the world's worst hangover. After a few moments more, things start to come into view, not that there's much to see. I'm in the plainest, emptiest room I've ever been in. The only things I can barely make out are a single door and an unoccupied chair at the far end of the room. And from the silhouette of a figure occupying the chair, I know it's not one of the girls. It's too masculine looking to be Zhang or Yunji. I wonder where those two are. I lack an explanation as to why they felt the need to drug me and drag me to God knows where. Okay, so we've got a new voice. And I'm gonna take the odd one out because I did an Australian WOG, so an Italian Australian before. So now I'm gonna do French. I see you have rejoined the conscious world. Undoubtedly, you have the questions, huh? I'll try my best to guide you, so the time it is short. That voice, I recognize it. I've only heard it a few times since being in Korea. One of the three I recognize. I know you. Our driver? Where am I? I'm glad the drug didn't dull your senses too much. Yes, I have been driving you around Korea this week. My name is Namgung Gwangjo, and I am the father of Jeong and Yunji. I am sorry for bringing you here, and I am sorry for the plans that went all awry, but I hope I can at least salvage your life in the end. I'm confused. Why do you want to salvage my life? Juan Pasadas, how much do you really know about the Democratic Republic of North Korea? Of Korea? Honestly, not a whole lot. Considering I fell for your line saying Pyongyang was a suburban part of Seoul, probably have a good idea about my lack of awareness. North Korea is a bloody dictatorship. Pick your poison. Our leader is made out to be a demagogue, and so one political party we have is a death grip on our nation. You have seen the results around here in your visit. Since assuming leadership of the country, glorious leader is suspected of executing at least 70 people. Most of them political opponents and their families. It appears I have made this list as well. Are you saying you're going to be the target of political execution mandated by the glorious leader? That's nuts. I mean, our leaders are pretty annoying, but they're not barbecuing each other's families. They have already poisoned my wife to death, and they have been poisoning me to restrict my movements. It is only a matter of time before they come for my girls. That is why I made a plan ahead of time. One to at least maybe save my girls, but that has fallen apart due to unforeseen circumstances. It hits me just now. You're the one who invited me to Korea while playing Pantry Medals online, aren't you? I pitched it as an idea to the party. To lure an American soldier over and try to create an international incident. In reality, I wanted you to meet my daughters and hopefully fall in love with Yunji, my youngest. However, you kind of screwed it up, and the roto-zing argument lost us too much time. How did I screw it up? I love you, Juan Pasadas, and I won't give you up to anyone. I can't give you up to Yunji or anyone, Juan Pasadas. Tell me you love me the most. I'm certain he loves me most. There's no way he loves any girl more than me. Both girls are in love with me. Is that how I screwed up the plan? It appears your inability to focus on one girl brought about a feud between the girls, and the resulting argument ate up the time we had for an escape. I'm really sorry you won't be able to escape, but that doesn't mean I should miss my flight out of here. I don't think you fully grasp the situation. You won't be making that flight, or any return flight. Members of the People's Army are on their way right now. I had made arrangements for you and the girls to stow away on a ship. That ship is already set off. The party wants you for their own propaganda or other plans. The main question is, do I hand you over and you save your life along with the girls? Or do we all get captured together and get slaughtered as a group? My dead man is away and I cannot resist the poisons forever. But the girls haven't been poisoned. Maybe you're able to arrange something to avoid you and the girls dying. I get the feeling I'm not going to be leaving North Korea. No. You will be staying in North Korea until your death. The only question is, will your death be in the next week or years from now? I don't really want to die, however, I don't really want to stay in North Korea either. Sounds like those are my only options here. While it's a terrible situation to put me into, it still wouldn't be right for me to not try and keep the girls from dying. Especially since it appears both of them like me a lot. It appears my options aren't great, but I can't give up on living my life or on Yoonji and Xiong's lives. What's your new plan? I would turn you over to the People's Army. I still have a high-ranking friend I can turn to. If all goes according to plan, you'll be given a position appropriate to an expatriate. I would imagine teaching English or something on that level. Do not waver from answering any questions appropriately. When you are asked to renounce your American citizenship, you'll have to do it. Failure will mean your death. One of the girls. So long as they continue to be loyal to Korea and renounce their ties with me, they will be spared. They will be watched heavily for the rest of their lives, as will you. Okay, for the record, guys, I focused entirely on Xiong. I did not go on a single date with Yoonji. For convenience, they would probably put the three of you somewhere together, make it easier for the resources to watch all of you. You believe they'll put him in with the two of us? Or at least the immediate future, I think they would. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Just remember to make sure you stay useful to the party and loyal to the leader, and you should at least be kept alive. There's no other solution? I suppose I could just see about having you share a cell with a fellow American. You probably haven't heard, but a university student from your country was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor, allegedly stealing a piece of Korean propaganda from the Yanggakdo International Hotel. 15 years for stealing a poster. Are you for real? I mean, college students steal each other's school mascots for fun all the time. They barely get community service, much less time in jail. Make no mistake, our leader and the party will have to take any opportunity they can to stick it to America. The student was just a college kid on a sponsored trip with Chinese Young Pioneers tours. To think they wouldn't love to do the same to a member of the American military. The best bet at staying alive? Confess to falling in love with the country and how America is wrong. Renounce your citizenship and make it believable as possible. Damn it, if it were just me, I'd go and die as the red-blooded American I am. But I can't take the chance they'll kill both Yoonji and Xiong as well. Are you sure this will work, Father? Not completely, but it's the best chance we have. I hear movement coming closer. I don't think we have much time. I'll try my best. Alright, fellas. A few minutes later, a couple of members of the People's Army come in for us. Kwang Jo asked for his friend, who came in, and the two discussed my fate. True to his word, Kwang Jo said that his daughter to help me lure her into the country, and I was ready to defect to help the Koreans move ahead in the world. I think it helped me showing him my military ID. Girls were allowed to return to their place, but they were told they'd be heavily supervised for a while. Kwang Jo and his friends stayed behind with a couple of military members outside the door to the room. Oh boy. All right, for the military members, there's only one accent I can go for, right? So, my subordinate here tells me that you have come to your senses and see that the way of the one true career is correct. I do not buy it, but fear of your life works for me as well. So here is what we are going to do. As it stands, I need someone to teach English to my military. Our other teacher was less than satisfactory. And since you are young, you are most likely to have a better grip on the language and the current slang. Not to mention you have knowledge of key military terms that may prove useful. I've got a cameraman outside. I have released this pen and paper here. You can prepare your statement. Make it a good one and you will keep your life. I'll even let you bunk with those 2 daughters of Guangzhou's. Saves me the resources on keeping tabs on all 3 of you if you are in the same place. But make no mistake, once you read that statement, there's no going back to America. You will belong to the People's Army, body and soul. Stay loyal to me and your life won't be much worse than it was in America. With that, they both depart, leaving me in my guarded room to write my defection. How the hell did it come to this? Wanted to visit Korea and not become a pseudo-citizen. Alright, after about 30 minutes, they come back with the cameraman. Guess what I'm about to say will be broadcast eventually. Guess I better put on a good performance. They see that the camera is rolling. I'd like to start with this statement before elaborating. Due to my wonderful time here with the guides provided to me, I've come to realize that the only way the world should accept is the true Korean way. As of now, I cannot accept the United States way of life, and I will henceforth be residing in Korea. I look forward to spending the rest of my life here in this unspoiled land full of opportunity. I urge the government of the United States to reevaluate itself and learn from their betters. I go on for about 5 or 10 minutes. After having a wonderful time with Jung and Yunji, I didn't mean a single word of the bullshit coming out of my mouth. I just hope I sold it, or I'll have renounced my citizenship for no reason. After I'm done, the cameraman nods and leaves me with Kwang Zhou and his superior. You did well, I think. Good enough as a government work, as they say in your country. We will send you to Kangdong for a couple of weeks. Once done there, I'll set you up with teaching English to my military. In the meantime, I will move the 2 girls into a place with a 3rd room, where you will live with them under surveillance. The longer the 3 of you go with good behavior, the lighter the surveillance. Welcome to Best Korea. I hope you survive the experience. Alright, boys. Turns out Kangdong is a re-education camp. To put it bluntly, a prison, and a horrid one at that. In between shifts in the limestone quarry, I'm made to memorize various speeches made by the leaders of Korea. After 2 weeks of rarely bathing, eating next to nothing, and choking in limestone dust, I'm reviewed and sent back to Pyongyang. I guess they figured I would go ahead and break my spirit just in case I was lying in my speech. I consider myself lucky I was only sent to 2 weeks, mostly for re-education purposes. Prisoners there, they're walking skeletons. Starving, broken, hopeless skeletons. Death would be the most humane thing for the prisoners. When I got out, the guards were nice enough to power hose me down so I wasn't completely filthy. I think I lost a lot of weight myself, and I was lean to begin with. But I'm out, and I'll soon be back for the reason I came to Korea in the first place. Welcome home, Juan Posadas. It's not like I missed you or anything, but welcome home. As I settle into my new life, I'm told that I can't go anywhere without one of the 2 girls accompanying me. I end up going everywhere with at least one of them. Brass also decided to stick Yunji in my English class. I'd like to say she'd made a lot of progress, but she... Every other person that has come through catches on quicker than her. Jung says she does it on purpose so that she can spend more time in the same room as me. I hate that I can't pick between the 2 of them, but they don't seem to mind it. It appears that the party has forbidden anyone else to be with the 2 of them anyway, or so they've told me. This is my life now. I live with 2 most beautiful girls in one of the most insane countries in the world, with no hope of ever seeing the United States again. And thus ends my one and only trip to North Korea. I get to stay forever. Boys! I failed! I wanted to have the Xiong ending, but I got the neutral ending. Ah. After all this time. All this time. God damn. Thing is though, boys. Thing is, I did shag Jiong, if we remember. I did shag Jiong. She handcuffed me to the bed. I do remember that quite distinctly. And let's be honest, if I'm locked in a room with those two forever, I'm shagging both of them. So, neutral ending, you know what? Not bad. And life in best career, not so bad. Exactly, right? I wasn't shot. Besides, we all know Zhong is best girl, right? Yeah, fellas. 2 for 1. Amazing. I finally made it to the end. I did my Pan Tomatoes playthrough. I should do another one, right? Ooh. What do we got in extras? Oh, fellas. There's some beautiful Yunji butt right there. Beautiful. See you later, David. Thanks for stopping by. As I said, I did a lot of Zhong. See, I did all of Zhong's stuff. You know, I'm waiting for my waifu is the Führer. I'm waiting for it. It needs to happen. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, obvious reasons, but I need it to happen. Ugh. It's an absolutely great vision. Thing is, you guys are all here. I'm going to finish my bottle of vodka and then go to bed. Oh, fellas. It has been 2 years in the making. You know, to get a neutral ending after 2 years feels like a bit of a cock block, especially since I was trying so hard to get Zhong's ending. But you know, as you say, I didn't get shot. So, there is that, right? I mean, let's be honest here. If my waifu is the Fuhrer did release, who am I going for? Oh, you know what? Honestly, probably Goering, my guys, because I gotta go with Team Air Force. Besides, she's probably gonna be thick. You know what I mean, fellas? Because like Himmler's gonna be like skinny as a twig. Like the big look. Here's the thing. I like short girls, but they gotta be proportioned. And the thing is, Yunji's like 5'1". Zhong is like 5'5". She's still not that tall, but Zhong is proportioned, if you know what I mean, fellas. My ex-girlfriend, like, from like 5 years ago now, but I like my girls like I liked my ex-girlfriend, which is they gotta be thick in the right places, you know what I mean? And Zhong is thick in the right places. And I have a feeling that in their other visual novel, Mein Waifu is the Fuhrer, if that does come out, I have a feeling that Goering is going to be thick in all the right places. You know what I mean? Besides, short and thick, my boy, right? And I don't mean like thick. Like, I'm not a big fan of the too chunky type, but like, as I say, thick with one C, not thick with two C's. You know what I mean? Short and thick with one C is what I'm talking about, right? I'm not saying I have a type. Exactly, Firefox. Short stack is what you want. You want fun sized and stacked. Bonus 20 points if they're emo/quiet. Always the most fun. And if my ex ever watches this stream, she's gonna get such an ego boost, and she's also gonna get annoyed. To be honest, I don't care. Short stacks with attitude are the way to go, fellas. Only way to go. But as I said, I have a type. You know, I think I might do another Panzer Mädels playthrough. Either that or I'll find an even weirder visual novel to do. Know what I'm saying? A weirder visual novel. I need something weirder. We're going to be like, hello! Greetings! We've already finished the playthrough, but I'm just talking shit now. For this glorious anime music. And if I hold it on this screen long enough, it will give me the correct thumbnail. Do I want to die? I don't want to die, Firefox. IS2 is a way to get yourself killed. Because if you don't show up to a date in the last arc because you get stuck potato peeling, you get fucking hand grenaded. And that is not pog. That is decidedly unpog, ladies and gentlemen. That is decidedly unpog, getting blown up by a stick grenade. I ain't Yukari up in this bitch, right? You will get blown up, and it is not good. Was decidedly unpog. Ferociously unpog. Yeah, Pakita, if you like, I actually host Hearts of Iron 4 games with my Patreons. If you're a patron, we actually organize patron games of Hearts of Iron 4. So we do play Hearts of Iron 4. Actually, the game I'm thinking of streaming the most is Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, because it just came out on Steam and I do have it. Kerbal Space Program for battleships, and that is peak gaming. Is it the good kind of flash and then bang, or is it a flashbang grenade? Because those are two very different things. When the pin is pulled, Mr. Grenade is no longer your friend. Well, fellas. Whew, that was it. I have finally finished my playthrough. Stay. Dprk. I gotta do it again tonight, another time. But that is it from me. Animarchy, Anime Anarchy, Pac-Man, Posadas Pac-Man, whatever you want to call me. That is it from me. I will see you guys another time. But thank you for joining me for this conclusion. I'm glad I could entertain you. I love you all. Thank you for staying. You have a great night. Bye, guys.